How we doing, everyone? Again, my name is Chris from omgmtg, and we are back at it again with yet another amazing video. The Dominaria United spoil season has just come to an end and has brought us two epic commanders, and they are so insane. In this review, we're going to go over Painbow, a 5-color commander deck that brings the enemies to its knees. In this video, we're going to go over the face commander, the backup option, the top inclusions, and the upgrade path everyone at omgmtg would love to see. With my videos, the top focus is a budget, so as always, we're going to lead with a $20 budget for the upgrades, as a $20 investment goes a long way for new players to upgrade a newly purchased precon. For Painbow, we have Jared Carthalion at the helm of this battle with Jensen Carthalion Druid Exile as our incredible backup. Planeswalkers are again at the lead of the Stampede, and Jared is no exception. Jared is a 5 loyalty planeswalker for Wooburg. +1, create a 3/3 combo creature token with trample that's all colors. -3, up to 2 target creatures. For each of them, put a 1/1 counter on them, and it is equal to the number of colors it is. And then -6, return target multicolor card from your graveyard to your hand. And if that card was all colors, draw a card and create 2 treasure tokens. Personally, like I've said before, the planeswalker option for a commander, it just isn't that great. And with that -6 ability, it just doesn't seem like an ultimate. It seems like a great support card. And for that, we're gonna go with this backup, Jensen Carthalion Druid Exile. It is a 2/2 human druid for green and a white, and it reads, whenever you cast a multicolored spell, you scry 1. And if that spell was all colors, create a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying and vigilance. And to slap it on, we have 5 generic, tap it, and add Wooburg to your mana pool. I do like that secondary ability because sometimes when you're playing a 5-color commander deck, it can be quite difficult to get all 5 colors, so being able to convert 5 generic to 5 of Wooburg is pretty insane. For this Rainbow Overlord, I am choosing Carthalion because he's just the lead we need to be. He's quote-unquote the better brother. Now let's begin with the best reprints. Anytime there's a new precon, everyone is excited to see what Wizards has reprinted. Painbow brings an epic option. The top cards I have found for the perfect reprints are Painbow Elder, Cascading Cataracts, and Farseek. Painbow Elder basically is a great ramp that's super cheap. With Vigilance, it gets +1/+1 for each color among permanents you control, and it taps for each color among permanents you control. That's pretty epic. So potentially this could tap for 5 mana. That's great. And the Cascading Cataracts is just another way to help filter out your mana. It's an indestructible land that taps for a generic color, but you pay 5 and tap it, add 5 mana and any combination of colors to your mana pool. Now we can basically just fix our mana to whatever way we want. And when we're looking for the right land, we have Farseek. 1 in a green, search your library for a plains, island, swamp, or mountain card, and put on the battlefield tapped. The reason why I've included this here is because it's one of those great staples of just overall of ramp spells that we just need to get the cost down a little bit more. Now with every reprint comes an equally better new card. Here are the top cards to the new format that I personally would choose. They include Tiller Engine, Obsidian Obelisk, and Philology Wayfarer. I feel straight off the back, Tiller Engine is going to be a great combo. For 2 generic, you get a 1/3 construct. Whenever a land enters the battlefield tapped and under your control, choose one. Untap that land, or tap target non-land permanent and opponent controls. It's another untap effect for your lands, and it only costs 2 generic, so you can get out there extremely quickly. This is definitely something that I want to include in almost every single one of my decks, so I hope the cost stays low. Obsidian Obelisk is another 2 mana ramp rock. That's insane. Now yes, it is the battlefield tap, but you can tap it to add 1 generic or 1 mana of any color, spending this mana to only cast multicolored spells. Yeah, that may be quote-unquote a backside, but this is a great option. And then Philology Wayfarer, 2 in a green for a 2/4 human scout. It's all colors right from the get-go. And then multicolored spells you have Convoke. Your creatures can help cast those spells. Each creature you tap from the mana is either 1 generic or a mana of that color the creature is. Convoke is a great ability, and being able to convert all of our multicolored spells to having Convoke is pretty great right from there. Now it is the time for the fun part, the upgrades. Now just before we get into that, I'd like to remind everyone to be sure to subscribe to the channel because it goes a long way in helping me out. Thank you again for all of your support. And quick disclaimer, and guess what? If you have the funds, I always recommend upgrading the mana base of these decks. This is a 5-color deck. It can be kind of so-so from the get-go, but they've gotten better at least. Upgrading the mana of any deck will forever help a deck function more effective and efficiently. So being a multicolored tribal deck, the best upgrades would simply to include multicolor cards. Here are my choices. To start things off, I would include General Ferrus Ruckrick, since he's basically another version of the commander. He creates a 4/4 golem whenever you cast a multicolored spell. That's very similar to Commander, so redundancy is a great option. For 5-color creature options, I would include Joda, Archmage Eternal, Niv Mizzet Reborn, and Gigantha the Wellspring. We can either make our creatures cost straight up Wooburg, so our commander just works off instantly. We can go dig 10 cards deep and get a bunch of ramp into our hand with different spells of different colors. Or we can just ramp up for 5 generic mana from the commander alone. These are great options to include in any 5-color deck. Since we're going to keep things on a budget, but also seek out the perfect cards, we need to make sure we include Bring to the Light and Conflux. These are search effects. Now, Bring to the Light is got the domain on there, so if you have all 5 colors, you're getting a permanent of 5 or mana less. So, great option right there. And Conflux lets you look for a card of every single color. These are awesome, super budget options to include. Now, with Recursion and Ramp, we want to include Reborn Hope to return any multicolored spell to our hand, and Tome with a Guild Pack to ramp and draw cards with every multicolored spell. As additional ramp/filter option, we want to include Trace of Abundance, which allows us to cast a multicolored card from the get-go, and gain some extra mana of any color when we need it. Pretty awesome effects. Now lastly, we have Spirit of Resistance. This is a card I didn't even know about. In a shaman for 2 mana and a white, that gives us full prevention of all the damage dealt to you once you have a permanent of every color. That can basically be super easy to achieve in this deck. And those are the cards I would add to upgrade this deck to create an epic rainbow of pain. Now let me know in the comments down below if you agree with these options or if you simply find there's way better options to include. I'd love to hear. Thank you again. Now be sure to hit that subscribe button if you have not already, and remember, one more game is just never enough. Peace.